zooming us live just now. We're not live yet. Then I'll tell you when we're live. I think I'm always like, are we live? Are we live? I'm not sure if we're live. I think we could be possibly going live now on Facebook. So what I'll do is I'm just going to wait for people kind of arriving and stuff like that onto the live. Before I do that, I just need to make sure we're actually, let's have a look. The audience, for some reason, it likes to, right, go public. Right, that's this going, definitely going public now. So we're live now. We're live on Facebook. So I'm just going to share it on my pages and stuff first, Eddie, before we can dive in as well, just so that people can start tuning in and watching us live. So I'm just going to share it on a couple of my pages first. So share on page. That goes to the Momentum NRG. That one's there. So I'm just sharing that. So I'm just waiting for people to join in. I can see a few. Eddie, I'm hoping all the men are going to turn up tonight for you. You know, of course, all the women as well, you know. Being you know, George Clooney and stuff, you know, it's like, you know, they're all going to be, you're going to have a mixture of men and women turning up tonight for this live. It's going to be, this is going to be like it's like the box office release. So I'm also,
if you say so.
I'm also going to share it on my group as well, just so that people in my group can see it inside the inside group. So if you're watching this just now and you're not in the Momentum Energy Transformation Academy, online academy, hit me up a note inside this this message feed, and I can get you inside our Transformation Academy, where there's loads of kind of like live training videos, loads of value inside there to help on your transformation and weight loss journey. So I've just shared it in there as well. So we've got like a million folk tuning in already, Eddie. We're like, you know, we're hitting world records so far. So listen, I'm just going to introduce Eddie Clark, or should I say, aka George Clooney, tonight for tonight's On the Sofa with Dan. You know, you're on the hot seat tonight, Eddie. So we're going to dive into Eddie's story. I'm sure you've seen his transformation success on the page. I've shared it on Eddie's page as well. So I'm hoping your friends are watching in as well tonight, Eddie. So let me introduce myself, because a lot of people might not know who I am. I'm Daniel Renton, transformational coach at Momentum NRG Fitness Online. Run a family-run business online. You can call me the happy coach, the happy Scotsman coach, especially the fact that Eddie's got these amazing results. So, Eddie, before coming on the program, what were you struggling with? Because you reached out to me 12 weeks ago.
Yeah, just basically stuck in a rut. Tried a few like diets before to lose a wee bit here and there. Nothing was really working. Seen the results that Billy and Leslie got for yourself, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to give this a try. So reached out, and here we are.
Brilliant, fantastic. So what had you tried then? You mentioned you tried things before to kind of fix the weight. You know, what had you tried? Just curious.
Just try to cut out rubbish, basically, out of your diet. But the beer and that doesn't help, Definitely not.
So would you kind of like cut it out for maybe like, you know, I hear this quite often, Eddie, like 3 or 4 days you'd be good, and then it'd be like, you know,
maybe even a couple of weeks, and you'd maybe see maybe a pound, 2 pound lose, and then the third week you'd put a pound back on, and then you were like, right, I've been great this week and I've put weight back on, and you just get fed up. So then you would just like, what's the point?
Okay, so you reached out to me. What happened then? Like, what did I say?
Basically, you put me in the right direction. You got us in the right frame of mind to keep it going, keep the momentum.
Absolutely.
That was it.
So you roped your wife Anne into it as well then, you know that she's not available tonight. She was doing other appearances, you know, being George Clooney's wife and stuff, you know. She was doing other appearances. So was she struggling with similar things to yourself then?
Yeah, basically, Anne was the same. She was, no, she didn't have as much to lose as what I did. So she was like, right, we'll go for it together. We'll spur each other on. Hopefully, we'll see the results. She lost what she was needing to lose, and I've lost what I was wanting to lose. So
perfect. So how much have you lost? How much have you lost then? Just so that
I've got 22.5 pounds. I've lost half a pound this week. I was 22 last week when I finished the 12-week program.
Great. And you've been able to continue on the program and lose another £0.5 as well.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Fantastic.
So keeping it going.
And what about Anne then? What was she struggling? What was her result? Sorry, what was her result?
Anne lost £10. She was wanting to lose 9, 10, and she lost the 10.
Brilliant.
So she's pretty happy with that as well.
Perfect. So what kind of things that you were struggling with, Eddie? Because like, let's talk about your your lifestyle, your job.
Yeah.
You know,
basically you're out driving a bus maybe 4 hours at a time, something like that. And you've got a bag there, and you've got a packet of crisps or a bar of chocolate, can of juice, just for when you have like a wee 10-minute layover somewhere. So you're sitting there, you're bored. What do? You reach into the bag, you have a bar of chocolate, or you have a packet of crisps. No good for you, but it's convenience. So basically, that was my downfall.
Okay. So was that affecting, like, where was it showing up in your life then? Where was it affecting your life? Like just to help people understand, like, what did that mean?
Basically, you were, as you say, you were getting like mood swings. Again, you would get your high, then you would get your low, and sometimes you were getting like sore heads. And I was just like, right, something no right here. And once you've got me on the plan and got me my nutrition sorted out, it's been great. No had any of that at all.
Wow. So was it affecting your energy levels, is what you're saying there?
Yeah, definitely.
You were kind of
just feeling sluggish quite a lot of the time as well, eh? So this plan that we've got on now is great.
Excellent, fantastic. So
looking forward to exercising now as well, eh? So
let's talk about like you mean you know. I want to talk about this. Like you had a fully equipped gymnasium in your garage, and I'm sure a lot of people have got those gymnasiums in their garages and their.
Well, basically, Anne got me a treadmill for my birthday, right? Because we were going into lockdown at the time, and we had it in the dining room in the corner to start with. Went on it the first 2 or 3 weeks, using it 2 or 3 times a week, thinking this is great. But because you're in lockdown, you're sitting in the house, not doing nothing. Every night, you're going into the fridge, a couple of beers, just eating rubbish basically all the time. So that went on for about 3 or 4 months. Went back to work at the end of June. Put the treadmill out into the garage. Daughter's boyfriend came in. He gave us a wee weights bench. We've got a bike as well.
Yep.
And basically, we got it all set up, started the programme, and the gym's great now. We're using it every day.
Brilliant, fantastic. It's funny how Anne got you the treadmill, eh? You know.
Exactly, aye. She'll not walk the length of herself, but she got me the treadmill, eh? So.
Was you trying to tell you a message? Was you trying to send you a message? Were you?
I think she was, aye. I think she was saying that belly's just getting a bit too big now. So. I mean, it's had the effect, so we're reaping the benefits now, eh? So.
I mean, that's where you've lost most of your, like, I mean, you've lost your tummy, you've lost your belly.
Aye, definitely. 4 inches off the waist, 4 inches off my chest, eh? So I mean, happy with that.
You can see that, and you can see that in the pictures as well. You know, the belly's gone now. You know, we've just blasted, we've melted the belly fat. You know, we've just melted it away. You know, released the fat, got rid of it. You know, so what was different then about this plan, Eddie, for you? What was different for you? Tell me more about, like.
Even when you're working, you're usually probably having like 3 main meals a day. So you're having your normal breakfast, lunch, tea. With a plan now, you're on the 5 eating points, so you're eating more, more often, smaller portions. So you're never hungry on the plan. So you're not having those mood swings, the ups and downs, the highs, the lows. Everything's just on an even keel. So that's keeping you stable, so it's great.
So we balanced your hormones because we're taking you from stopping those high release with the sugar, getting you up high, and then your
once that wears off, and then you're back down low again, so
absolutely, where you're releasing the cortisol, which is going round your belly, you know. So I mean, I like to always do that kind of chart. You probably remember this probably from day one, and this is how it kind of works, you know. So that's your homeostasis. Remember this one, yeah. This presentation. So if you're having, say, a bag of crisps and a can of juice, you know, then what's happening is you're then getting a rapid rise in your blood sugar level. So you're then up here. So you've then now got blood glucose in your bloodstream. That gets sent to the muscle cells for future storage. If you're not using that and the stores are already full, you're still sitting on your bum, then there's nowhere for that sugar to go, so it gets converted to fat.
Yeah.
Your body's then producing the insulin to push it back down again. So you've got insulin now in your bloodstream. It's a hormone and the insulin hormone's also a fat storing hormone as well. So it's also fat suppressing, so you're not going to burn any fat there. And then you're down to the low. So you're now in low blood sugar. So when you're in low blood sugar, I'm just putting this value out there for people that are watching this and kind of giving them an idea of what it is you actually were doing. So you were down here and you were at low blood sugar. And basically when you're down here, your body's now under fight or flight. So it's actually under stress. You're giving your body stress. You've caused it. You've caused your body to be under stress. You're releasing cortisol, another fat storing hormone, also adrenaline as well, because your body doesn't want to be there. Your body wants to be in this homeostasis. It wants to be in this healthy balance. So you were down here, you were storing, you were getting the cortisol hits, you were getting the fight or flight, the adrenaline. This is where you're feeling low in energy. You know, everything you've just described to me, the problems that you were having.
Yeah.
And then you were then probably wanting more sugar. So it'd be another kind of bar of chocolate or what. That
was it, aye, basically.
And then you would be back up again. And that would pretty much be you kind of all day, up and down, up and down, up and down in those cycles. So what we have done is we've made a few tweaks to your nutrition. Instead of eating your 3, you're now having 5, you're having smaller, and you're having more slow releasing.
Yeah.
So it's more like this here, slow releasing. So it's, instead of having like 2 Weetabix, you're having like 1, and then you're maybe having an apple, and then you're maybe having half a sandwich or something like that, maybe the other half sandwich or some nuts, and then you're having your normal evening meals.
Yeah.
What was different about the food then? Tell me more about the food. I thought I'd just jump in there and give a wee...
Aye. Well, basically, you're going into the canteen at your work, you're maybe having like a bacon roll or a black pudding roll, something like that. So sort of changed all that and now having like Weetabix for your breakfast. Some yogurts with the Weetabix maybe instead of milk, things like that. So they were great. And as you say, they were keeping you fuller for longer.
Yeah.
And still had like your takeaways at the weekend and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe half in a fish supper instead of having one each.
Absolutely, yeah. Just reducing So still having a life at the same time, you know. And I know the big thing, Eddie, is that, you know, I know that you went, you know, you really learned how to read and understand labels as well. I think this
is Anne was hating me. We're going into the food shops and instead of taking half an hour, it was taking an hour and a half because I'm stopping and I'm looking at all the labels and I'm like, right, put that back, that's no good for us. Brilliant. Right, we'll take that, that's better, that's lower than that, so we'll try this one. And aye, so she was demented with that, like.
I think that's a big learning curve though, Eddie, is learning about
definitely.
How to read the labels.
Never really bothered about them before, never looked at them before.
People are just eating stuff that they didn't know what's even actually in the products, you know. Right. Wow. So again, that goes with the slow releasing energies as well, so that you're keeping in that balance. So it's going for more stuff that's lower, that has a slow release on your blood sugar levels. So most things that are slow releasing are fresher, you know. Like you can eat as much fruit and veg as you like, really.
Like
you can have
raw carrots, bananas, all that stuff. We were eating loads of that, so
you're eating fresher, you're eating better, you're keeping your energy levels up all day, so you're never in the
minus.
And then you come back and you do your workouts and stuff like that as well. Tell me about your workouts then. How did you find the workouts?
The workouts were great. Started off slow, obviously, just a wee bit at a time, gradually building them up every week. Once I said they were all right, you were telling me, so it was easy, so you'll get a wee bit more next week, and then a wee bit more the following week. But that was great. Looking forward to it now. Going out in the treadmill or the bike, whatever. Going out for a walk after our dinner every night. I think we've been out every night this month.
Brilliant.
So it's great.
So the exercise is kind of like 10%, really, isn't it? I think we agreed that, like, you know, in terms of that's not the being and end all of this plan. You know, I think
you'll get the results with just doing the food wise and nutrition, but once you put the exercise in as well, it boosts the results as well.
Yeah, of course it does. You feel better. You've got more energy, more mental clarity. You know, you've got less of that brain fog that you had. You know, where you had the no energy. You know, I mean. And how simple was the nutrition, really?
Easy. Great. Wasn't hard at all.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this is going to be complicated, but no. Yeah. Easy to follow. And as you say, you weren't giving up things like being on a diet and you've got to stop doing this and stop doing that. It was just be sensible. Just weird amounts. again, have 3 beers instead of 7. Things like that again. So
yeah, it's true. Absolutely true. So, what would you say to any guys that are watching this just now? Because you know a few of your pals have been in touch, and they're quite keen to kind of come on board the plan. What would you say to your pals, and what would you say to these bus drivers and friends and family and anybody? It doesn't just have to be men. I'm just making the point because you know you're
definitely get on board. If you're serious about changing your lifestyle, get on board. Definitely, it's not hard to do. Easy to follow. And you'll see the results. Brilliant. Definitely.
Perfect. And I mean, you know, how did Anne enjoy it? Yeah, talk me through how Anne enjoyed it.
Anne's like a different person now. She's actually saying to me, right, come on, we're going out for a walk. Whereas before, once it was dark, that was her. She was in the house all winter. But now, as I say, we're out every night walking. So we'll even go out when it's raining, and she'll never do that before, so.
And how did you find your therapy sessions with me, you know?
Oh, well, I was good. It was like Dr. Ruth or whatever her name is. They were good. Brilliant.
Yeah, we had a good laugh, you know, and I think like, it was interesting, like, you know, talking about Anne and like, you know, for people watching this tonight that, you know, Anne was kind of having the similar struggles to you, and, you know, Anne's working from home just now, and whereas right. You know, I think we talked about this during the programme, during the process, but we talked about like how Anne was walking up those Waverley steps every day in her job, and then all of a sudden that was taken away. And there's a lot of people in that position just now that are working from home, you know, and they're probably like, even though their jobs were maybe quite sedentary before, they're sitting down jobs, they're sedentary style jobs, but at least they were getting up and walking around the office, and and now they're not doing that as much. So I think for Anne, it really came the right time to kind of give her that, kind of went from being quite reasonably active, going on her job every day, to then being sedentary in that lockdown period and putting on a few pounds, and she's done it.
Yeah, because definitely the mental health, stuck in the house every day, it doesn't help, So now she's saying, as soon as she's finished her work, she's like, right, we'll have her tea, out for a walk. She's getting out of the house. All right, we'll still go shopping and that sometimes at night time and all the rest of it, but she wants to get out and do a wee bit of exercise now, We're going out to the gym tonight, things like that.
Brilliant.
So that's definitely helped mentally and physically.
Brilliant. I'm going to ask if anybody's got any question and answers for any question. Obviously, we'll do the answer and they'll do the questions.
Exactly.
I'll just double check, see if anybody. We've got one. We've not got any comments coming in yet, Eddie. Like, where is everybody, Eddie?
I don't know.
You told me you had thousands.
They've maybe seen my face and turned off.
I'm gonna check through a few. I'll just quickly check through a few of my pages, because I have got this live on a few streams as well. So here we go. We've got some comments in here. Somebody's commented inside the transformation group. Well, Carol's went, hi George.
Hi.
You've got some fans there, George. You know, what can I say? You know.
By the way, I'm putting this out there. It was you that started the George Clooney, not me.
It was when I seen your picture, I thought, my God, I've turned that boy into George Clooney. Do you know what I mean? It's like Ocean's Under 12 Stone.
That was
brilliant. That was Ocean's Under 12 Stone. I loved how I came up with that one, Eddie. Yeah.
You came up with that.
No, listen, you've done sensational. Like, you know, I've got one question I like to sometimes ask my celebrity, particularly my celebrity guests, you know. Okay. You know, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Younger self. Just be more aware, be healthy, eat healthy. Keeps your mind focused. If you're eating rubbish, you feel rubbish. So get yourself sorted out early.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't think anybody's got any questions. So yeah, it's
well, what about that then?
I know you're a celebrity and stuff, and you've probably got like an array of.
Or maybe starstruck. That's what it'll be.
You know, mate, there's loads of folk. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, maybe you know, men are much more quieter. They tend not want to talk about it as much. You know, like I find that women can open up a bit more. You know, and I suppose this is a good opportunity to kind of talk about, you meant men's health, you talked about mental health and stuff like that, and it's a subject that doesn't really get talked about that often, you know. And I think that, like, if you're feeling good, then that's going to help improve that, you know. If you've got, you know, if you're looking after yourself, and I think you're probably first to admit that maybe you weren't looking after yourself just as much, and maybe
that's right. Aye, definitely. We feel a lot better now. You can look in the mirror and you're like, that's better. So it gives you a better positive frame of mind rather than being there going, look at the state of
that. Now you're a machine, like, you know what I mean? It's like we're going to be getting you in for the bodybuilding competitions next, you know.
Still a better watch you to tell you that.
Listen, thanks very much for your time, Eddie. I've really had fun working with you and Anne. It's been a pleasure. We had some great counselling sessions, some great therapy. You've transformed your life. What's next for you, Eddie? What does the future look like for you?
Future is, I'm going to look down this weight that I'm at. I'm not going back to what I was before.
Brilliant.
I'm going to keep going, it going, and we'll just see how we go after that.
Excellent. I love what you've just said there, because you've obviously been listening to what I've been saying, and we talked about set point theory. So for this to be successful for you guys, you need to lock it in for 9 months in order to reset your weight.
Yeah.
So it's actually 12 weeks. It's actually a year to transform your life. You know, so you've got that weight off. You've got a process that you can follow.
Yeah.
You understand it. You understand how to exercise properly now. You understand how to eat properly now. You've got the knowledge. You've got the tools.
Tools up there. We've just got to use them. Simple as that.
It is as simple as that. You know. Yeah. So keep in touch. You know, you're in my group page. You'll be seeing loads more training videos and stuff like that I'm going to be doing over the coming months anyway. As you know, that we're expanding Momentum NRG and I'm bringing people on board and stuff like that as well. So keep an eye out inside the page. Hit me up if you need me. I'm here for you. This journey doesn't end. Any questions, anything you need, hit me up. Stay on track. You've got the tools, you've got the skills. So all the best, Eddie, and thanks very much.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks very much for the help.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Thank you.